Coming up this half hour, we'll have a talk with a longtime friend and former News 12 Now coworker, and we'll also be talking about the signal setter. You don't want to miss this. Also, McCamey, the folks who run the incredibly wonderful McCamey Animal Center, they've got a very special event going on today. We'll talk about that. Also, how Moon Pie is meeting Alexa. All of that and more this half hour on Let's Chat.
Welcome to Let's Chat, the Tennessee Valley's premier show focusing on lifestyle and entertainment with Jess Raby and Chip Chapman, bringing you smart shopping tips, community events, and the newest trends. Now, let's chat.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us as we continue together on this 14th day of May. It is Thursday. Jess Raby continuing her maternity leave and stepping in to at least help carry part of the load for this particular day. It's our buddy Scott Chase from KZ106. Scott Chase, good morning.
Well, good morning, Chip. How you doing, man? I've got the face for radio, but you keep putting me on TV, man. I don't get it.
Man, you got one, you got the other. We're just tickled to have you here. We're going to talk about some interesting water cooler topics in just a moment. First of all, I wanted to check in and make sure you and your personal family and you and the KZ106 family on Pineville Road are all doing well.
We are. What an interesting time, man. I've done my afternoon radio show from the dining room table for several weeks now, which is pretty interesting. I know you've been doing some of the same. So, yeah, right. Interesting time. And then when you get out and about it, it's without a doubt, man, 2020 so far, it's outdone any other year that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, nor I would have to agree with you on that 100%. Give us an example of how this COVID pandemic has affected your day-to-day work life. You said you're doing your show from home for the most part. Oh. What about the other radio station, the other part of the radio station as a whole?
There are, we have four. There's KZ106, and then there is Talk Radio 102.3 and AM 1150 WGOW. And then we've got a country station, 107.9 Nash Icon. There has just been a core group of people, and those are primarily producers and or news and traffic people, Kevin West and Bill Lockhart, and those people that have been kind of a core group that have kept things running on Pineville Road. And for the most part, everybody else is doing things remotely from wherever they happen to land. And mine's been at the dining room table. Yeah.
It's tough enough running a radio station when you're there hands-on day in, day out with a full crew, but managing a radio station remotely, that's got to be a whole lot tougher on you.
Oh, it is. But it's interesting, as days progress, the human element, we can adapt. It's just amazing how we can adapt. At first, it's like very, very difficult. You don't know exactly where you are, where you're going. You're monitoring this way. You're looking at the screen. You're looking at a couple of different screens. I'm not the most technical guy in the world, too, so there's been a learning curve for me. I don't mind telling you. But after 2 or 3 days in, you kind of get in the zone. As people, it's just amazing how quickly we can adapt. I mean, we really can.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're glad you and Julie and the the young adults in the Scott Chase house are all doing well, and the radio station family also doing as well. Make sure and tell them all that we send our best regards. All right.
Oh, I appreciate that, Chip. Thank you, buddy.
I know you're a big grill guy, and I know that this pandemic hadn't gotten in the way of you having some quality grill time. But have you noticed the spike in grocery prices lately?
Oh, Mike. Yeah, the fact that you couldn't get some groceries to begin with, or there was a limited number of those groceries you can get, and now the price is escalated. The one thing we haven't done is eat out much, so we've saved a little bit of money as far as groceries go. So, the price of groceries is crazy, and it looks like it's not going to come down anytime soon.
No, I don't think it is. And from what we're hearing, it certainly will not. Last month, the price increase was the biggest ever in such a short term. The staples that we all need, like eggs, cereals, things like that, and stuff that Scott and I need, like meat. Because, Scott, the price of meat has gone up. It's the highest percentage increase in 46 years. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, we have to have our baby back ribs,
That's right. You can't eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat. I mean, how can you eat your pudding if you don't eat your meat? I'll expect to hear I'll expect to hear a little of that Pink Floyd later on this afternoon when you take over the airwaves at 2:00. All right. And hey, here's another thing. When things started loosening up, did you go get a haircut right away? I know I did.
Actually, our youngest son Mason had a friend that cut hair, and she came by and brought her stuff, and boy, I tell you what, that was a great day. We sat out on the deck by the pool table, and I was by the pool there, and man, I got my hair cut. Every day we have a video conference call, and all the department heads would get on the conference call, and it became, how big is your hair going to get? I mean, seriously, how big can your hair get? And so when they knocked it down a little bit, it was good. It was a good day.
Mine was, yeah. I was happy to see the lady who cuts my hair, especially when it came to the eyebrows. I mean, I kept trying to wave stuff like cobwebs out of my eyes, and she said, "Those aren't cobwebs. Let me take care of that." Snip, snip, snip. So, you're gonna stick around and join us tomorrow here on Let's Chat, and I wanted to thank you in advance for that as well. Let me ask you this, Scott Chase, right off the bat: what makes you smile? If somebody said, you got to tell me something right away that makes you smile.
Great question, man. A great song makes me smile. I love what I do.
Me too.
You play a good record. Yeah. And I don't know, the family being healthy, always good.
Yep.
Things heading in the right direction.
Folks, I got to tell you, I've walked in the radio station before when Scott's been on the air, and you start walking down the hall and you can hear the speakers vibrating. And I think, yep, Scott's in a good mood. The reason I ask you that, Scott, is we're teaming up with Delta Dental, soliciting pictures of what makes folks smile. And I wanted to share this one with you and our audience this morning. This is a beautiful, beautiful picture. Check this out. It is from Bonnie Dempster, and it's a picture of her husband and her daughter. They've been fishing. And actually, they didn't just go fishing, they went catching. And that's always fun. This was down at Lake Guntersville. So great picture there of the young lady and her husband fishing and catching. That's a wonderful, wonderful day. You can make sure and put your picture in here for things that make you smile. Just go to our website, which is WDEF.com. WDEF.com. So, Scott Chase, I'll be listening this afternoon on KZ106, and I will see you tomorrow morning here on Let's Chat starting at 10. Speaking of longtime friends, we've got one for you coming up right around the corner. This one you don't want to miss. Stay with us as we continue on Let's Chat.